Hey AI mates, today we will look into this Fooocus. So what it do, it actually uses different kinds of model to generate multiple high quality images. We can like define our prompt as well. So please look at this link, this one, and do not confused it with some other library. Its name is Fooocus, means there is a triple O here. Okay, so there is a very comprehensive guide here. You can see this can generate some very good quality images here, right? And you can read all of this. You can see that this is limited long-term support with bug fixes only. Okay, so you should keep in mind all these details. Plus they have also like a recommendation of using this WebUI Forge and some other libraries as well. So they also added a disclaimer like do not go to the fake websites when you search Fooocus, right? So I have already told you about this. So here you can see you can generate like high quality images from text. You just have to define like what you want to be seen as an output and as an image, right? There are some options here like quality, repeat. You can do you can define some multiple prompts. You can define weights, like when you define some prompt, you can just do colon and you can do define the weight, so it will like look more into this value. So it can like focus on this one more, like higher the weight is, higher it will like opt it for this keyword. Plus you can like define a negative prompt, like which you don't want to appear in your pictures. Plus there is some more information about like Leonardo AI, and there is some instructions like how we can install it over Windows, right? So we just have to run this file. And there are some like other options as well, like we can download these default models and put into this directory. Because I am on a MacBook, not on Windows, so unfortunately I will not be able to guide you how you can install it over Windows, but there are a ton of content already there, so you can look into it. It's pretty easy, no big deal here. So let's move forward, and you can see they clearly mentions here that it's required some substantial amount of VRAM, and they have tested it with like 3060 and minimum 6 GB, like 4 GB to 6 GB and onward, like the more is better. They have provided all the details here. We can look into this. We can use it from Google Colab as well, right? So let's go to the bottom. If you are watching this from Linux, you can follow these steps. Just you have to clone the repo and just need to install all the dependencies that is mentioned in the environment. If we go slightly more bottom part, this you can see we can over Linux we can use this with Python and with system amps. There is some very easy to execute simple commands if you have Linux, and with AMD GPU you can use these commands, right? For Windows you can use these, but since if you are on Mac, so there are some guidance about Mac as well, right? So you can follow along with them. Plus there are like few extra points like you have to look at, like when you are on Mac. So Mac is actually Apple Silicon M1, M2 and M3 processors. They have like their own GPU, like integrated GPU, not they don't have a dedicated one. So there is a device called MPS which will like support PyTorch. I will like guide you later about that. So this is like a quick walk around, like what steps we have here. Like if we want to execute it to a different port, we can use this option as well. We can use it from API as well. Plus there are tons of options, and it is very detailed explanation. Okay, so let's follow like how we can execute it over Mac with some minimal requirement. So let's see. The first step is like you need to have Git installed on your local machine. You also need Python installed as well on your local machine. So I will look into these instructions that is mentioned here with VN, right? So what I will do, I will just go to my directory. You can see here is the directory where I am in. I will just do git clone. It will take some time. Yeah, so it's done. And then we will move into that directory. After moving into that directory, what you have to do, you have to just make sure that you create your virtual environment. I am creating virtual environment with the same name like Fooocus_env. After doing that, so you can see it's written here Fooocus_env means our environment has been successfully created. Then what we will do, we will install. We can do it with pip and pip3 as well. We install like all the requirements that's it's needed in this environment. It will take some good amount of time. So I will pause the video and will resume once it's finished. So it's done. Go to the PyTorch and make sure that you have preview nightly Mac Python default, and you need to execute this command as well. So it will like install, it will like provide any GPU support if Fooocus supports like MPS devices. So it's better to have these commands executed as well, right? So after like completion of all of these commands, here you can see it is written here that on some Macs it is required that you run this command, right? And it is please focus on this area as well. It is clearly saying like if you want to have showing an anime pictures, then you can define this like a preset anime here. And if you want to like generate a realistic image which will be very real, like close to our reality, so you can do preset realistic here, right? So what it will do, it will like when you execute that command, it will like try to download those models which you are interested in. So I have already set up all of these steps here. It will actually execute the Fooocus server locally, and for Mac you need to define this option. It is also mentioned here in the doc. If you can see in the guide here, there is some detail about it, right? You can read it as well here. Plus for Mac it will use like CPU, so it will be really slow. Means it might be painfully slow, like it may take around 30 to 40 minutes, like depend on your machine. So it work well with NVIDIA GPU. So after executing this command, you can see it will take time. Initially for you it will take like lot of time because it will download some models, some behind the scene. So if I go here, you can see you can define your image here as well, like if you want to do an image to image, right? It also support that. For enhancement you can use these options as well. But if you select any options, like it will go and download a relevant model behind the scene. You can see all the progress details here, so I will not check this mark. So the fastest performance we will get with the lightning, right? And if you want some high quality images, you can pick this, like it will be of highest quality, right? In negative prompt, like you can define those details which you don't want to be appear in your images, right? Like watermark, text, or anything else which you don't want to be generated, so you can define it here. So I will pick lightning here as well. There is preset details as well, like realistic, lightning, so you can like change it, like if you want some realistic or whatever you want. Make sure that it will like auto download the relevant models from this area, right? So means each model like may went up to some close to 6 GB. So it's up to you, like how you will use it. So I have already like downloaded these models. Means it will, you don't have to do anything, it will do it just behind the scenes. You can see the progress bars executing here. So for example, and you can also define dimension here. Definitely the higher the dimension, the more time it will take. So if I just make it this one, I will like, you can look into it. If you want to such kind of images, you can check this one as well. You can play around with these details as well. There are some details here as well. So let me pass this positive prompt cat and hit generate. It will like do some background processing. As you can see, it's over the terminal. It will show you the details, like what he is doing step by step, but it will like take considerable amount of time. Even if for my machine, if I like with this simple image with the minimum possible resolution and the fastest possible details, it is taking like 4 minutes to generating an image. And I am on my machine is like M1 Pro with 16 GB of RAM. So it it is like not using the GPU, like MPS is not getting utilized here. So that's why it is slow, because CPU is always slow for such processing. Let me pause the video. Here you can see some details. The progress bar is moving really slowly. You can see the amount of time it take to just render this image of cat. It is very slow because it is using CPU, not GPU on my Mac machine. Let's wait few more seconds. And yeah, we have our image of cat, and you can see it take like around 4.5 minutes. Like it's huge. You can see some details are here, but the quality of images is better, because remember we have used the lightning one. If like we use some higher quality images, it will output good quality images, right? So that's all from here. One more thing, like we can use it from API as well. You can see there are some details. There are 77 API endpoints. You can look into it, like how we can set up it. They have mentioned that for the Python library we can use this radio client, and for the JavaScript we can use this library, and it is just like simple REST endpoints. All the details is mentioned here. Like if you want to implement or integrate it with some kind of API, you can look into these endpoint sets as well. Plus if you miss, I would like repeat, there is some port option here as well. you can like define port 80 here as well, so it will listen to your domain directly. Plus look at this area, it has like some good amount of points. Hopefully you won't have any trouble here. Plus if you are interested in some other videos as well, you can look into my channels. I will post content like to how we can generate images free, which we like don't have to pay to the AI tools like Leonardo, and there are many others which requires paid subscription. So it's better like to we have some kind of setup locally, we can use these tools. In upcoming days I will like look into how we can clone our audio, and we can use multiple audios locally. We don't require any paid subscription. Okay, so please watch this, like this, share this, and subscribe this to your friends who are looking for such content. Thank you for your time. Take care. Bye bye.